back with more Fear the Walking Dead. This is episode 1 of season 6. Feels like it's been forever since Fear the Walking Dead. Had to kind of go back, refresh myself on a bit of what had happened. But here we are, season 6, unbelievably. My second season watching it live, which is exciting. And I am intrigued to see what they're going to do with this season. Whole new, fresh start, new stories, well, kind of new stories. But, you know, there's a bit of leftover stuff with obviously the whole thing with Virginia and Morgan being shot, etc. Everyone kind of been split apart. So yeah, I imagine that's going to dominate at least the first half of the season, maybe the whole thing. Who really knows where they're going to go with it? But I hope that, you know, the writers and everyone have kind of listened to some of their responses to season 5, because I am quite a big defender of season 4. I know a lot of people didn't like how different it was and how much change there was. I actually quite liked season 4. I didn't think it was that bad. Season 5, I was kind of in the agreement with a lot of people that felt like there was a lot of room for improvement. There's some great single episodes in there and some really nice characters. Grace being an absolute highlight for me last season. I also love Dwight being brought into the show. And, you know, there are a lot of characters to love in there. But, you know, the pacing issues at times, the villains for the most part, it was a bit of a slog to get through at times. And, you know, just stuff wasn't really happening. So hopefully they've kind of taken that on board when it comes to season 6 and they've got a really cool story planned. So yeah, you got to go in with an open mind and a fresh start, given that it's a brand new season. Because yeah, season 5 wasn't my favourite of the show, but fingers crossed for season 6. From like the trailers and stuff, I think we've got some really interesting stuff at play. So hopefully they're really going to kill it this season, and I hope they do. So yeah, I guess nothing more to say really. We'll see how many more trees get painted this season, how many more walkies stop working. Let's find out, I guess. Yeah, season 6, let's get into it. Oh, well, that's an interesting way to start.
It's my brother's recipe. He'd probably kill me if he knew I spilled the beans.
Of course.
Ha!
You know his name?
Of course I do. He's my dog.
Yeah, I figured that was coming. If you're going to do that, why give him the beans, you know?
I'm gonna burn a lot of gas getting down there. I'll make sure you never want for it again.
Oh, I'd forgotten about all the bloody gas nonsense last season. I mean, that's a bit preemptive. Like, don't get cocky. You've looked better, pal. Still got the Stick of Destiny, so all is not lost. Ah, they're in love. So why did he not pick up on that straight away, that he was alive? Is it because part of him's rotting from the gunshot or something? Oh, well, that's very cosy. I like this. I mean, it's now the time for window shopping. Nope. That'd have been awkward.
So one of them.
I do not want to get to know you.
Oh,
Yeah, I got that.
that's nice.
Nothing about Rufus.
No, Rufus.
What makes you think I got a problem?
We all have problems.
His wife needs more crisps.
So he's dead now.
Right, too.
You can just open it. I mean, oh boy, that's not great.
You can't. How do you know my name?
I saw the tape you made at the truck stop outside Luling. I wasn't sure if it was you or not outside the thrift shop, but
I don't
Oh.
do that anymore. Now I need you to leave me be.
Social distancing. Oh. Well, this took a turn. What the hell? Oh! Jesus! God, he's having no luck, is he?
Shoot him!
I mean, how did you think that was going to go, buddy?
Gunshots. Walker's dropped. I blacked out. Woke up later. I was patched up. You give me my family and I will take care of yours.
Bargain.
It was Grace.
Tie? Looks at double speed?
Yeah,
I thought she was...
everybody did. She wasn't.
Yes, where is she?
You were giving away what Jenny was charging people their freedom for. I thought there was no way that could work.
Well, you're right again, because it didn't.
For me. You're leaving it in there because you think you deserve it.
We all know you're going to take it out. Stop pretending. Oh, damn.
Be careful.
Yeah. Oh, God, I have a bad feeling about him. I like him, so he's probably going to die. I have a wife and a baby on the way. I'm 2 days away from retirement. I mean, your life's gone really badly wrong if bloody walkers are like, ew. Give him the gun and make him waste all the bullets that are left. Yeah, eat that. Yeah. Oh God, his jacket's getting covered in blood. Well, I mean, you're pretty capable. Well, I think that should have been plan A.
The contractions, they're getting closer.
It's okay. I'm here now.
Morgan's a good name.
I survived something most people don't. Because I knew there was something I had to do. Felt
And because you're the lead in the TV show.
maybe I was... Even I can smell you. From a mile away.
Well, he's got gangrene, it's not impressive.
You won't even feel this.
Oh, shit. Oh no! No! Thank you.
Got bit coming back in here the first time. Before I went looking for the gun.
Oh no.
It wasn't about getting me back here, Morgan. It was about getting you here.
Oh, well, that's just cheating. Oh, like a kebab. But the dog's fine, right? We can keep the dog.
Do it then. And you won't do it
Well. Oh, damn.
You should go meet your kid.
I think you're right.
Oh, but he's gonna die. Why? So rude. Jesus, take a shot every time Morgan passes out and wakes up in the next scene in this episode. Yeah, they got the bullet out.
We named her Morgan. It was Isaac's idea.
What did I say? That's adorable.
Where's he? I should thank him.
Where do you think he is? He's a long way up there, I think. Oh yeah, what was that all about? So he took that from the other guy, didn't he? I hope it's the key to Grace's heart, Morgan, because you're back in the game. Very clean decapitation, I'll give you that. Alpha would have liked you. Oh. Surprise, bitch! It'd be great if he had a stick of dynamite in his mouth. Just like, yeah, you're going down, bitch.
I will add them to this pile. One by one. Do you copy?
Probably not. The Walkers never fucking work in this show.
Morgan Jones is dead.
Oh. I stand corrected. Holy shit. Must be a new season.
Somebody else now.
But you just had a baby named after you. You can't change your name. Wow. He's got a cool hat. He's got a dog. Living his best life. Well, that's embarrassing. Imagine dying, becoming a walker, then get killed with a spray paint can.
We need that key.
Ah. I know who has it. The end of Morgan Jones is the beginning of the season. The hell? Oh. Okay, I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a fantastic premiere to the season. If they can kind of keep that level of quality up, I think we're in for a hell of a story. Lots of, you know, potential storylines set up to carry the next few episodes or the entire season. The rest of the show, who knows, maybe this kind of like down location could be like a permanent base for seasons to come, you know, however long the show goes on for. You know, this could be like the Alexandria of something, of Fear the Walking Dead, you never know. But it's definitely a foundation for Morgan to kind of build something up, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, I enjoyed the focus, particularly on Morgan in this episode. It makes sense that they would spend the first episode, if they weren't going to bring everyone into the first episode, it makes sense that they would start with the focus on Morgan, because the cliffhanger was all about him and, you know, how he got out of it. And the fact that they resolved the cliffhanger being like, well, he actually is alive, he survived, but it's still kind of a mystery, because we're like, well, who got him out of that? You know, who left him that note? There's still some unanswered questions there, which I think's kind of cool that they did that. They answered it, but in doing so, they've set up another mystery for the season. And we have that key, whatever that key's going to be about. I imagine that's going to be a big plot line for at least the first half, I would say, of the season. Unless there's many, many twists and turns to come from what that key could be. I can't see it being like, 16 episodes of, what does the key do? I think that might get a bit old, so I don't think we're going to have to wait ridiculously long to find out more. Would have been nice to see everyone in the first episode of the season, but, you know, I kind of figured they'd be going down this route, because the Walking Dead universe shows do tend to do this quite a bit, and they have, because there's quite a big cast at times, they need to split the group up, different episodes focusing on different people. So I imagine the first few episodes of this season may be doing that. Maybe not to the extent of, like, this is basically like Morgan's episode. I don't know if they could just do one for every character, because then I think the season would be done. And I want to see all the group get back together as soon as possible. And I feel like this new location that Morgan's found could be like their new permanent home. So maybe that's what the season's heading towards. But yeah, it would have been nice, at least for the first episode, to even briefly check in with everyone. But I think they're going to get their due in the next few episodes, and I'm looking forward to seeing who they're going to focus on next and stuff like that. And, you know, I never really mind when they do stuff like that, because sometimes characters can be in episodes and just be like, well, they just stood in the background, what did they even do? So just don't have them appear, you know, that's fine. You know, the back half of season 4 of The Walking Dead, I think some people love it, some people hate it, because most of the episodes focus on different people and their stories. But I really enjoyed that kind of approach, and if they're going with that here, I'm all for it. But yeah, we've got some answers to the fact that Morgan's okay. Really interesting idea that the walkers kind of just walked straight past him, because I'm assuming it's because of like the gangrene stuff he had. He just smelled dead, so they kind of left him alone. But once he talked, they were like, oh damn, this bitch is alive, we're gonna eat him. Well, they tried, and then he was like, stab, stab, stab. As was Isaac. So yeah, that was a cool little idea that they played with, but Morgan kind of refound that gift for life, that longing for life. I think he realised he deserved it. Certainly, maybe not entirely before he like passed out and then Isaac took the bullet out of him and everything, but once he kind of saw that they named the baby after him, I think he was like, well, I really have done something good here. Maybe I do deserve to keep on going. And I was hopefully going to be inspired to find everyone, at least find Grace and marry her, god damn it. But yeah, we've got a few mentions of like other characters. He did mention Grace quite briefly, which was nice. He was building a little home for Grace. So yeah, can't wait to check in with all those other characters for sure. But focus on Morgan was cool. Love the idea of like Ginny hiring this bounty hunter guy as well. I think that was really interesting for him to do, and a cool opening sequence where at first I think they want you to think like when the other guy kind of appeared and he's like, oh, something's chasing me, I was kind of like, oh, he's going to kill this guy who's just offered him beans and been really nice about everything. But then it kind of switches and he cuts the guy's head off. So I like that kind of switcheroo and the idea of like this guy's basically a bounty hunter, like getting people and putting their heads in boxes, which is fun. I guess you need to prove that you've done it. So that was cool. And they came back to that at the end with Ginny when she opened Morgan's box, but it was actually that guy in there. I thought that was a really cool little turnaround, make her a bit afraid, but she's still determined. So kind of that reminder at the end, like she is still very much the threat that we need to deal with for the time being. Whether or not it's long term or not, we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, that was a cool idea, this hunter kind of like chasing Morgan, and then from there we bumped into Isaac and Rachel from then on as well, and little baby Morgan as well. I really liked Isaac. I liked the idea that he also escaped from Virginia and he kind of wanted to build a better life for his wife and child. And yeah, kind of bringing Morgan to this place is kind of like his purpose because he'd been bitten already. That was really sad. I'm really sad that he had to die, or that they decided to have him only be around for one episode, because I think he could have been a really nice addition. You know, last season we met a rabbi. His name's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite remember it. And I really enjoyed him, and he kind of continued showing up as a bit of a side character for the rest of the season. I'm hoping we continue to see him. And I felt like Isaac could be a similar character to that, in that kind of vein. But I really liked him. I thought the actor was great, very likeable, very quickly. Getting a bit of like his backstory and his connection with him and Rachel, finding her, and you know, he just about managed to meet his baby and save Morgan before, which was very sad. So it kind of sucks, because I actually really liked the character, but maybe we'll see a bit more of Rachel and baby Morgan and stuff. And the idea that as Morgan Jones is dead, a new Morgan was born and brought into the world. That was kind of an interesting thing that they did with that. I liked that a lot. It's kind of like, you know, Morgan is born and the other Morgan is reborn as someone else apparently. So another interesting new path for Morgan potentially, for what he could be now if he's not Morgan Jones. You know, who is he? He's got a cool cowboy hat, he's got a dog. So we'll have to wait and see, but I'm hoping like a big part of his storyline is bringing everyone back together this season and reuniting the group and taking Virginia down. That would be lovely. So we'll see how long it takes. But yeah, that's basically everything. But it was a very well-focused episode for sure. And a lot of that does come from the fact that it was basically Morgan's story and Morgan's episode, and we didn't see anyone else from like our main cast of characters. So very well done. Love the idea about the bounty hunter chasing after him. Really liked Isaac and Rachel. I thought their story was really kind of nice and tragic, but it also gave Morgan this new sense of purpose. They resolved the Morgan cliffhanger in a way that there's still mystery to it, because we don't exactly know, you know, who exactly saved Morgan and who left the note. And then we have this whole key, what that was for. And yeah, those guys at the beginning and the end who like spray painting on that big ass looking submarine missile-y kind of thing. I'm not quite sure exactly what it was. I think it was a submarine. Which is another new interesting location that they could explore, a new cool like base for like a group to live in maybe. So I don't know exactly who they're going to be. Maybe they're going to be a new separate thing altogether, new villain, maybe a new friend, who knows. They could be taking over the reins once Virginia's probably inevitably killed or has a redemption arc. It's going to be either one of those two, I would guess. Or they're going to be like a new ally, which could be interesting as well. And probably the more surprising twist if they're actually nice. But they're after the key. Morgan's currently in possession of it. So exactly what that's going to mean and how that all ties together, I'm looking forward to seeing them explore. So some really interesting elements being set up, and potential pathways for both Morgan as a character and Morgan's role in the plot of the season. Very well laid out. And yeah, some really tense moments, some really cool ideas, like Morgan being undetectable from the walkers, if he just kind of stood there because of, you know, the rotting skin. And yeah, there was a dog in it, so 10 out of 10 basically. Could not have improved. Well, actually it could have improved. There could have been 2 dogs in it, but it's good. And the dog didn't die, which is the most important thing of all. So yeah, overall, really, really great premiere for the season. I'm really excited to see all the other characters we know and love again, to see where they're going to take all these different branching stories and character arcs for the rest of the season. But hopefully they can keep this up for the rest of season 6, because really good start. I'm very happy with how they brought the show back after a little while. So yeah, that was that. Brilliant start to the season, amazing episode. Can't wait to see what happens next, but until my next reaction, thanks for watching.